Uh, my grandmother lived across the hall from the number one jazz saxophonist of Washington, D.C., except she didn't know it and I didn't know it. And this guy whose nickname was Buck, Roger Hill, now is Buck Hill, he saw me with my practice sticks in my back pocket. And he said, "So you're a drummer, huh?" And I said, "Yes." I don't even know why I said yes, because I wasn't that good. So he gave me 2 of his 78 records. I couldn't stop listening to them. Fell in love with those records. I never thought about taking lessons or anything. I just played with the records. And one record had Max Roach on it, and the other one had Buddy Rich. And then, of course, it wasn't long before I wanted to sit in. I wanted to play. First thing to do was to go back and practice. You try to learn how to do what those guys were doing. So that became destiny. It became my journey, my path. Washington, D.C. is, between the North and the South. Rock and roll stars would come up to Washington, D.C. to perform, but they couldn't afford to bring their rhythm sections. So I got hired to play with a lot of those guys. I developed a certain amount of professionalism doing that. I hadn't even gone to college yet, and I was already beginning to play with people. Shirley Horn was almost the mentor for me. Playing with her, for me, was like playing with Oscar Peterson or Ahmed Jamal. But she played that well. Miles Davis is the great teacher. He would just say things to you. We were walking down the hall one day, and he just said, "Start everything on 4 and don't finish nothing." Yes, sir. It just had so much to do with forming the musical language. Be able to play music and the audience can see or feel or hear lyrics. And then finally, maybe our next stage is you can see how, besides being entertaining, that you can produce a sort of satisfaction for the audience. Because along with all this stuff becomes a philosophy, and you begin to look at not only music that way, but life that way. You can see how life can be satisfying.